And welcome back to Subculture. Well, there is a brand new EP out that I'm sure a lot of you out there will want to know about. It is from a band called Hilltops Are For Dreamers, and the EP is called The Tragedy of Being Human. And we thought to find out a little bit more about this amazing EP today, we would get Vas on the phone. So welcome to the program, Vas.
Hi guys, welcome, happy to be here.
Now, Vas, Hilltops Are For Dreamers have been pretty busy since you guys started out in 2018. Tell us a little bit about the brand new EP, though. What can people expect to hear on this EP, and what were you hoping to achieve with this EP when you first sat down to work on it?
Great, so thanks again for having us here. Indeed, the title is The Tragedy of Being Human. I think what people should expect is a continuation of our sound. So a few years ago, we released an album called In Disbelief with a label called Rockshot Records. But the differentiations between the past and the current situation is that the sound is being involved into a more melodic, a more I would say open to wider audiences soundscape. So I believe they should expect the usual Hilltop sound, but with an extra dose of melancholy, an extra dose of aggression, and I would say a bit more spiritual, something that is about to, explore our sounds of existence.
A lot of people have said that this EP has a very Scandinavian sound to it. Was that something that you were working on or trying to achieve when you were working on the album, or did that just kind of happen organically?
Personally speaking, I was always a big fan of the Scandinavian sound as well as the other members of the band. I would say that it's not something that we directly thought when we're writing the EP, but it's coming by itself. So I would say that yes, you're right. People are right. It sounds a bit more Scandinavian, and it has like this melancholy. Bands like Catatonia or Opeth have actually exploring for years, but you can actually feel this. You can feel the vibes via our own filters in the album. So yeah, you should expect that. Plus an extra bit of guitar-driven riffs.
You mentioned also there's a spiritual element to this album. Tell us a little bit about that. What kind of things were inspiring you when you sat down to work on the album?
I think one of the things that we always actually focused was the human existence. So from let's say a philosophical point of view. So this album actually is like a wandering of life. If you see the artwork, which it's great to say here that it's an amazing piece of art from an artist called Maria Kalanzi, based in Athens, Greece. So if you see the artwork, it looks like two worlds that are pivotal to our balanced existence, an upper and a lower world. But if you see it from another angle, it also looks like an hourglass, where the sound comes in from the top until it settles till the end. So, but if you turn it around, the end could be a new beginning, right? So we're exploring the human existence from I would say a moody, a dramatic point of view, where humans are here even to fail, succeed, decompress before they go to the next level, or not. So this is the spiritual point. And I think it's a good continuation from the previous album that we released with the label Rockshots, where we actually explored three different human moods, going from a bad situation into awareness and into potentially solving the issue. So I think that actually kind of expresses the feelings or what I mean with the spiritual bit.
Definitely. Is human emotion something that really fascinates you?
I would say yes. I think writing music probably expressing human emotions as well. If you're angry, probably you might end up to an angry riff, or the other way around. If you actually are happy, you might write a major a major scale song, but I will ditch it, but because I prefer minor. I'm joking, but yes, it is one of the main elements of the band, lyrically and I think musically as well.
Now, in Disbelief was so well received, even places like Metal Hammer gave it 8 out of 10. It was so well received. Did you feel pressure when you sat down to work on these new songs because of how well received the album was?
Well, that's a good question. Thanks for asking this. No, I didn't feel pressure because I think that these songs were already written while In Disbelief was there. So In Disbelief was quite like, proggy. We left ourselves like, quite open to anything. This one was very, I would say, influenced by my few trips in Scandinavia as well. So it was quite, easy to write. And I felt that I'm going to the right direction. So there was no pressure. Hopefully the press and people will have the same opinion for this EP as well.
So tell us a little bit about the recording process, because of course most of you are based in London, but your drummer Fernando is based in LA. How did you go about recording this album?
Okay, that's a good one as well. So Fernando, as you said, is based in the USA, Los Angeles, California. He's an amazing drummer and a great audio engineer, and I would say we're like, friends for the last few years now. So I know Fernando was a fan of the band from the In Disbelief era. He also uploaded a cover of one of the songs, Unsoiled Soil. So it was quite of an easy choice to work with Fernando, as he's an amazing drummer and he's doing a great work on drums in his studio. So I say, yeah, why not? Let's work with Fernando. He's very keen, he's very into it. And in addition to that, I work with two UK-based musicians, which we're also playing in a band called All Involved, the more modern metal act. Soon you hear from us as well. I think the recording process was quite straightforward. Now technology allows it. So Fernando, I said a few guides, few ideas to Fernando. He came up with rearranged, refined drums, and then I recorded the rest in my home studio in London, while bass has been recorded in a different place, and vocals also in my studio, and then I mixed and produced the album as I'm working as an audio engineer as well, as a side thing, and mastered by Steve Lado, who is a collaborator for years now. That's it. Pretty straightforward, to be honest.
So what have you got planned now for the rest of the year? It's the start of a brand new year. What have you got planned for the band for the rest of 2024?
So we are in January now, so we're expecting one more single to be released. The single is going out in, I think, the second week of Feb, on the 9th of Feb, and it's the last of this EP. It completes the trilogy. It's a very interesting video as well, where you can see some very, I would say, mystic spiritual acts in a forest. So stay tuned for that. Then the EP is going out on the 16th of Feb, which is available on a CD / actually vinyl style CD. Very interesting as well for people to check. After this, I would say that we're going to allow some time to extra promotion. We're hitting studio as well to write new songs. The ideas are already there. And I think the question here is, are we planning to have live gigs? Probably yes, but we need to see how this EP goes, how people react, so we can actually start organizing the next stage.
Definitely. Well, we are going to play one of the tracks off the EP right now, but if someone takes a listen to this track and likes what they hear, where can they go to grab one of the vinyl style CDs that you talked about? Because I know a lot of our listeners love to have the hard media in their hands, so where can they grab a copy of the vinyl style CD if they like what they hear?
Okay, that's a great question. So we have a Bandcamp. It's Hilltops Are For Dreamers bandcamp.com, where they can find our whole music catalog. So if they go to the merch category, they can now pre-order the CD.
Awesome. Well, Vas, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. It's been an absolute honor having you on the show. What would you like to say to everybody out there before they take a listen to a track off this amazing EP?
I would say, please enjoy the music, try to feel the vibes, and if you like it, we always welcome your support. So we're expecting you to explore our music, and if you'd like to support us purchasing one copy of The Tragedy of Being Human. Thanks again.